So today I'm not gonna give you some really great news because as you can see, my drone broke. It's not actually the drone, but it broke the camera, the mount. So I'm gonna tell you what happened, what actually happened, how did it break like that. So I was flying, and as you can see from my goggle build video, my DIY goggles, I still use them, and they're powered of a power bank, and that power bank is a solar power bank. That's what we have, and we usually leave it out in the sun and it charges. But recently the battery, it's a LiPo battery, and it started to get old. It's pretty puff right now, and it's not holding charge that great anymore, but yeah, I can still use it as for 2 packs. That's what I fly, 2 packs when I fly. So yeah, that's enough. But recently that hasn't been enough, and it happened to me like once or twice, I think twice before this, that my screen suddenly got black because it didn't have any current. And happily, though, in those times I was in a field, in a grass field. It was actually a football field, and I just landed a little bit harshly, but I still landed. But this time I was over a sunflower field, and suddenly I lose, my screen goes to black. Alright, so then I didn't know what to do. I panicked. Of course I panicked when my screen went black. I knew I was pretty far from where I was, and then I should have listened to my dad. My dad is my spotter, so when we fly, he always looks around for me if people come around, and so on. So he told me to accelerate so that I can bring the drone a little bit up in the air. And what he was going to do was take my goggles off my head, and I should have piloted the drone to us from line of sight. But because I panicked, only one thing went through my mind: just get the drone as quickly as possible and as soft as possible to the ground, even though I didn't realize that it was quite far from where we were. So I crash landed, and then we started looking. My dad remembered the direction where the drone landed, and we went into that direction. Suddenly I realized, I thought once we were heading there, I thought that the battery ejected, but I still was getting some reading on the radio. But when I armed the quad, I didn't hear anything, but I didn't think much of it at that time. We went on, we went further and further into the field, and I realized my connection is actually, when I go in one direction, it's getting weaker. I can see 9 to 1 or something. It was 5 to 1, and when I went to the left, it actually got higher and higher. It was 9 to 1. Then I realized, why don't I arm the quad? Because I still have the battery in, even though I thought the battery had ejected. And I armed the quad, and I just gave it a little bit of throttle. I realized even if it's stuck, I'm not gonna burn any motors or the ESC for just a little bit. And my dad heard it, I also heard it, but he was closer. We went and we found the drone. I was really happy, but then I realized, oh my god, the camera is not on the drone. And we saw that, as you can see, it ripped cleanly. It's like a clean cut almost. The 2 feet from the waterproof case. And we realized where could the camera have ejected, where, and we realized it's mainly in front. So I said, to my dad, I'm gonna go exactly in front of the quad, and I went like 10 meters, maybe not that much, but it was pretty long, as I thought it was pretty far from where the drone was. And I found the camera, of course still recording, and you can see when I picked it up. And yeah, I was quite happy to find everything, but at the same time a little bit sad because it broke, and right now we need to order a new waterproof case because I don't want to just run the Akaso, the camera, the action camera, with just a normal exposed. I don't want to run the camera exposed. I want to have the peace of mind that everything is going to be intact when I crash, and yes, and it saved me. It saved the camera quite a lot. And you can see it wasn't a pleasant experience, but it was something from which I think I've learned to, when I get in this type of situations, I shouldn't panic. I should my dad is always with me, and he's spotting for me, so I should try to focus on what he's saying and not just landing the quad. So guys, sorry, my voice, I don't know why it, it got worse at the end right now, but I hope you enjoyed this video. It was something, I hope that you learned something from my mistakes, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it, I don't know, do whatever you want, you know the drill. And of course, I actually, if you want to comment, I enjoy talking with you guys. It's really fun for me. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time, hopefully not crashing next time. Bye bye.